Hi there, and welcome. This is Stíofán Séamus, and I am a spiritual healer and advisor and an intuitive reader. As we live our lives, Spirit guides us to and through life situations that can be difficult to understand. Sometimes we need a little guidance in those situations, because it's up to us to decide if we will follow the path that the Creator has set before us or ignore all the signs and wonders that the universe has to offer. So, as a spiritual advisor and a master Reiki healer, I connect with Source and channel messages and healing specifically for you and your highest good. If you're having love life issues, then we can talk and see what Spirit would want you to know about the situation right now. If you're having some emotional issues or needing some spiritual guidance, then maybe you might be in need of a Reiki session so that we can channel universal life energy to help you realign. Or maybe you're debating a career move and wondering if now is time to make that move. Well, through our Spirit's mutual understanding, we can seek out these answers. So, if you are so inquisitive of any of these subjects or more, go ahead and message me now to get in line for your reading today. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus, Guide of the Light. Topping my tea off here, and I hope everyone is doing well. Oh boy. Well, it is another wonderful, blessed day. And of everything, I know that, things are hard right now. Hopefully we can see some guidance come forward. Some kind of avenue of change that will spark and embolden us to be better people, better humans, better spiritual beings. So with that being said, let's get into this tonight. Raven, our ever so beloved Raven, says that they want a love reading for the week. So we can do that. let me get my cards separated because I have been doing a couple of different things past couple of days, and so bear with me just a moment here. I should have done this while I was doing show prep, but oh well. Life of a lazy bum, huh? Lazy bum. do. Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bear with me. I'm going as quick as I can. That was 3. Okay. 2, 5, 4. Ace. 10, 2. Okay. Need to. Good deal. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Okay. What got over here? That's not right. That one. Right off the bat, man. Okay, Raven. 3 numbers. Between 1 between 1 and 16, 1 between 1 and 22, and the third between 1 and 40. So Raven is asking for a reading that is asking about what they need to know about their love relationships or what have you for the next coming week. Now, since I don't do timeline spreads, we're not doing a timeline, but we'll give a general reading just to kind of give them a heads up of what they need to know. That's just within my own scope of practice and everything, so 2, 22, and 33. Okay. And as you can hear, I'm shuffling the cards right now. Come on, get in there. Thank you. This is the last deck I'm shuffling here. Let's see. I think one more. No, one more. Yep. Okay. And each deck has been cut. 1, 2. Haha. Keep me in line, y'all. Keep me in line. 22. Each deck has been cut so that I reassure that I don't know what the bottom card is. That's just, if I happen to know what the bottom card is, I usually don't anyways, but it's just a reassurance, and it gives a more of a random number order to the deck. So 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 33. So the first card is from the court cards. For those of you that haven't had any of my readings yet. The first card is from the court cards, and the court card in this reading is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, we're looking at somebody that they need a partner of equal intellect to be truly happy. They love to be challenged. They love to be challenged intellectually. They are quick thinking and a great planner, and can teach you a lot. So they're the type of person that is really, you would kind of think that maybe that they're a bit of a know-it-all, because they can kind of come across that way as a bit of a know-it-all, but don't take their knowledge for granted. They're not necessarily it's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? So many people think, oh gosh, somebody that thinks that they have all the answers. Well, sometimes we need somebody like that in our lives. So, Raven, you might be looking at somebody that would be coming up in your life that would be like filling that kind of role or position. So just be aware of that moving forward. The card from the Major Arcana is card 11, Justice. Justice in a love relationship reading has a couple of different meanings, okay? So in a healthy relationship, talks about strong possibility of contracts being signed. So like a marriage or moving in together, like taking on an apartment with another individual. If there's negative energy surrounding the relationship, then we're talking about that there may be some negative results come from the relationship, okay? So just really be mindful. This is where, like, I feel like this is more like there'll be karmic situation. This could even be a karmic lover, or a karmic friend, even. So be aware of that part of it. And it says for singles that whatever energy one is putting out is what they'll get back in finding a partner. So again, that kind of karmic situation. Justice isn't meaning seeking revenge or anything like that. It's more of a what you put out is what you get. So this week moving forward, be mindful of what kind of energy that you put out as far as relationships go. Okay? And that would be the warning here. The last card in this kind of reading is from the lower 40. It's the Two of Cauldrons. Well, I believe most anybody that is familiar with tarot would know exactly what a Two of Cauldrons is. But let's go over it anyways. Ace 3, Ace 2. Okay. Two of Cups. There are deep connections with friends or a lover. Okay. So that's just as simply put as you can get it. And so be aware of the type of relationships that you have. Not only on the friend level, but also romantically. This could suggest that you actually may come into an actual romantic relationship. But very much so, what seems to be a very karmic relationship, whether that's a friend, platonic relationship, or a romantic love relationship. Be on the lookout for those kinds of connections. I'm not showing anything that would tell me like where or when or anything like that, but it would be things to be mindful of. That doesn't mean that this will happen this week, but they are all things to be mindful of. I think with this Two of Cauldrons is it's actually kind of more telling you that if you keep putting out the positive energy in searching for a mate, that you can end up with this relationship. And it'll be a karmic relationship. I mean, it'll be once you find them, you all meet up and things just click, and you're just really focused in. Could it be this King of Swords type person? Very much, but I don't like to put money on types of persons. So, anyways, there you go, Raven. I thank you. See, successful readings. Successful readings. So, I think of the people that's here and watching, people are already subscribers, but if there is somebody else that's watching that I'm not aware of, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Find me at YouTube at Guide of the Light. You can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Guide of the Light. And yes, that would be very most helpful. Very most helpful. I should have brought my fan in here. Phew, boy. Guess I'm going to have this tea going. I'm going to have to go get that other picture. That's the end of that picture. So, Raven, how are things your way? Noel, if you're here, let me know and I'll do your reading. All right. Noel asks, will JK and I reconcile? Noel, what I can do is I can do a reading on what you need to know about the relationship between you two. As far as like doing that kind of a yes or no question, I'm not really in. I don't really do those. So I can do that. I need 3 numbers. The first number I need is between 1 and 16. The second number I need is between 1 and 22. And the third number I need is between 1 and 40. So we're doing a reading for Noel, and we're asking what they need to know about the relationship connection between them and JK. So what they would really like to know is if they will reconcile. But let's see what Spirit wants Noel to know about the relationship. 14, 7, and 30. As I'm mixing the cards, keeping that question in mind. And Noel, do please to do your best to keep the question in mind, and that will help solidify the energy around the reading. No control. All right. So I had the internet drop out on me for just a second there. Billy Benny, yes, you may, but I am just starting one right now, so if you can bear with me just a moment, please. So, Noel, the first card that comes up for your reading in the court card position is the Queen of Wands. So a Queen of Wands, as a person, they're never bored. They're dynamic and passionate, but they need a warrior to keep up with them. They love travel and adventure, and often physically active. Okay. By the way, if there's anybody here that would like to donate, you can do that at paypal.me/Guide of the Light. So I don't know if Noel, if this describes either you or JK. Okay. All right. Um. So that's kind of what I was wondering there. With that, sometimes, hey, we even need like confirmation, okay, because we want to make sure that we're going down the right track of intuition. All right, we don't want to go and chase something that's not correct. So the next card in this reading from the Major Arcana is card number 1, the Magician. So the Magician talks about a relationship that was kind of manifest. It was something that you kind of like needed a particular type of person in a particular situation, and you kind of manifested JK into your life. Not saying that you necessarily like every bit in detail, but there were certain parts of JK that you were needing at the time that you and JK got together. And so what this is saying is that happened, and this ended up being a really good relationship, and it really brought some extra happiness or joy into your life that you hadn't had. That's what I'm seeing, anyways. So, what this says for someone that's single is it suggests that someone to use their power of visualization and focus to bring miracles into your into your love or into your life. So, something else to keep in mind here is if you would like to have JK back, continue to portray that positive energy of you and JK being together. Okay? Because what's that going to do? That's going to kind of set you up for one of two things. Either JK comes back to you, or someone that is a whole hell lot a lot like JK comes to you, but they are who you need for this time and season. Okay. The last card, the card from the lower 40, is the Two of Swords. So, the Two of Swords in a love relationship reading talks about it being a time to withdraw. So that the individual can sort out their feelings. They should ask what is their priority. Or excuse me, they should ask what it is that they are protecting themselves from. They may also ask if they should leave the relationship. So, this may not blind choices. Okay, this is something that comes to me. This is kind of an extra thing that I haven't put in my notes. I'm gonna have to redo some of my notes because there's some things that I pull otherwise at times as well. And what the Two of Swords is blind choices. And what I mean by that is you have this woman that's sitting here. She's blindfolded and she's got a sword in each hand. Okay, the sword in each hand representing two different pathways. Okay, and she's got the blindfold on. She doesn't have enough information to really choose, but she's in a position of choosing. Okay, so which way do I go? I think really something that you have to ask yourself is this something that you really want to wait on? Or do you need to go ahead and cut your losses, even though as much as we don't like to think of things that way, and just move on? What's best for our highest good? I talk about that on here all the time. I keep coming back to that. And I'm telling you, that is where it's at. Focusing on what is best for your... So that is kind of where the Two of Swords is being this advice giving card with the Magician of, you need to kind of be in this position of the Magician and understanding where you're at and what you want, but then at the same time making the decision not. So, boy. Anyways. I hope that has helped. With your situation with JK. Okay. Yeah, so if there is anybody that would like to donate, you can send donations to paypal.me/Guide of the Light. And you do that. And that'll help me out. Every dollar that I get from the donations goes right back into the show. To help make the show better. I have purchased a camera to help with some of the resolution issues with being able to see card that is that I'm talking about, and then going in and and then having this camera view be a little bit more clear, so that shows up better for you all. I mean, I know probably you all don't really care what I look like and what this camera looks like, but it means something to me. So if it means something to me, then I want to make it the best that I can for you all. So anyways, I do have a camera on the way. It's somewhere between here and LA. Actually, Indiana. Now, I don't know, it's on back order or what. I've contacted the seller, and the seller hasn't gotten back with me. Contacted the people that contacted the website that I bought it through, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll help you." And I haven't heard anything from them either. I've contacted the the shipping partners, and they can't answer me anything either, and so I'm just kind of in limbo here, waiting on this camera. It will get here, and when it does, it'll be a happy day. But anyways, Billy Banning, if you are still with us, let me know. Yes, Billy. What's your question? Gonna have to go get that other jug. Billy, go ahead and ask your question. I'm going to be right back. All right, I'm back, and Billy has not asked their question. Okay. There we go. Hi. So, I got this, you can't see it from there, Golden Tarot. I'll see now. And then it's boxed by that. Okay. Golden Tarot. I'm just not sure about it. Like, I like it because it's different, but at the same time, I don't really like it because it's like really different. And I don't know. I really think that I'm going to not worry about this dude. Anyways, this is another variation. It is the it's the replica of the Visconti Zofra. I can't even say the word. I think it's Italian, even. Mary Packard is the author, I believe, of the book. I believe that's right. It doesn't say. But anyways, I mean, it's a nice deck. It really is. It's just I don't know that it's doing me any justice. And the cards are huge, y'all. The cards are humongous. Oh man, that's some good tea right there. So anyways, yeah. But in that book, okay, this is from actual tarot reader book, okay, tarot reader guidebook for a tarot deck. It words the questions in the example readings the way that I have on my automatic chats here. It says stuff like, what do I need to know about job hunting? What do I need to know about my relationships? And so, yeah, just don't be upset whenever I tell you that I don't do will I get the job type of readings, because that's not the way this goes. But anyways, I digress, huh? You know, we talked about this earlier. Somebody was saying something or had a reading, and it kind of came up as in there was an issue that come up about doing what's best for your highest good. And I know I preach that a lot, but there is really something to that, okay? You can't just go around thinking that whatever happens is how it's supposed to be. Yes, it's good to have that thought. This thought of whatever happens is how it's supposed to be. But at the same time, you don't want to settle for, well, just whatever happens. Because then you're going to end up getting yourself in this rut of, well, whatever happens, the norm. And that's not normal. That's not a normal way of life. That's not a normal way of living. So I just urge everyone to really consider what is best for them, and not in a manipulative way either. Not, oh, well, he said to do what's best for me, so I'm going to X, Y, and Z, and I don't care who it hurts or whatever. No, because what comes with that is responsibility. Responsibility comes with doing what's best for our highest good. And so whenever we talk about doing what's best for our highest good, we also need to remember to live our life in a way that is for the betterment of humanity. That should be our goal. Making this world a better place. Not only for you, but for me, for them, even for people that you disagree with. We still have to make the world a better place for them. We still have to be that change. So whenever you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what can I do today to make this world a better place? That's what we need to know and do. If you're watching and you are new, whether you're watching the live stream right now and I don't know it because I don't see the number, or you're watching the replay days from now, weeks from now, months from now, years from now, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It would be very much appreciated. I have one person that I need to read tonight, and I will do their reading if they happen to come on and ask to have the reading done. But I will hang around here for the next 30 minutes or so and allow them some time to get back. Hopefully they'll come back so that we can do their reading. And during that time, hopefully we can get somebody else a reading. And if you're here and you're just watching, chilling, hanging out with me, grab you some tea. Let's have some tea and a little chat. Sounds good? Sounds good. Y'all, I went to the mart the other day. Oh my God. I found these tea lights but they're not just any old tea light. Look at these. They're huge. They're oversized tea lights. Oversized tea light candles. That's what they were called on the package. Oversized tea lights. Oversized tea lights. These are going to be nice because here's what I'm thinking is I'm going to save these little cups that they come in, and then I'm going to get my own wax, which I need to get some wax anyways. But then I'm going to make oversized tea lights instead of making them really big candles, because these are just perfect. And then the wax, all of the wax burns then, and I ain't got all that stuff to worry about. And I know I'm sounding country as hell right now, but I don't even care. Billy, I'm waiting on you. Okay, so product placement time, huh? There we go. Okay, so once in a while I'll pull this deck out. Great deck for beginners, Archangel Oracle cards. It's a 45 card deck. It comes with a guidebook. Very good for beginners. It's got the name of the card on the card, and then underneath the name of the card, it's got a short description. In the guidebook, it's got a little bit longer description, and it's just a great deck for beginners, especially if you don't want to get into like the tarot because it's so daunting to get into, and kind of hone your skills with the Archangel Oracle cards. It's what I should have done, and I didn't, but okay. I do things kind of difficult anyways. So what? And then from time to time, depending upon the question that's being asked and so on, I will pull this deck out. This was my first tarot deck. It is great for beginners as well. It's one-page description for the cards, okay? So it's like a paragraph or two story kind of thing, and then 3 or 4 sentence divisionary meaning. The Celtic Dragon Tarot. Great deck for beginners. I mean, and it's a very light deck. It's very light energy. Just really is great and good and just fantastic for somebody that's just getting started. Now, they do kind of switch a few things up just a little bit, but don't worry about it. Don't get too stressed out about it. Everything is pretty well still on the standard Rider-Waite idea, okay? Except for what they switch around, which is the wands and the swords. They switch the elements. I personally, I wouldn't have switched the elements. One thing, I think it just causes confusion, especially if you're saying that you're going to be basing your deck off of the Rider-Waite. Another thing is after I looked at it, and got into it and then looked at it from this next deck's perspective, I see why wands are fire and swords are air. So, speaking of this other deck that made me come to that conclusion, we have the Celtic Tarot. The Celtic Tarot, Branches of the Celtic Tarot by Christopher Hughes. This is great. Oh, man. I need to reread this just because it's that good of a read. Okay. But the Celtic Tarot. The images are a lot more elegant, more true to Irish Celtic culture that I can tell. And not only that, but it goes along the lines of some of the Gaelic, Norse goddess storytelling a little bit. So there's a background there that gives a good story for this deck. So like you'll notice that some of the characters' skin pigment is blue. The reason why for that is because those are deities, and deities are depicted in this deck as blue. So he goes a little bit deeper into the divisionary meanings. The story is about a page long on like 10-point font. So, where those stories are about a paragraph long on 12-point font, or maybe a little bit better. But it's good. It's just good reading. Then the divisionary meanings are about a half a page or more, and he also does reverse. I personally don't do reverse. I feel like that if there's a meaning that needs to come out that is reverse, then that will show up in the reading and manifest itself in the way that it needs to manifest. So, but that's just me. And yeah. Then from time to time we'll do some rituals on here. I had gotten or tried to get in a habit of doing them on a regular basis, but the issue with that is my schedule to be able to do the shows are if you want to call it sporadic, it's not really sporadic. What I'm looking at right now is shows are definitely Wednesday and Thursday. Okay. And then possibly every other Friday, Saturday, and or Sunday. Just because the weekend does seem to draw in some more people and so on like that. But the rituals come from this book here. It's called Wicca's Guide for a Solitary Practitioner by Scott Cunningham. He has other books as well. And that's a great read. Even if you don't want to become Wicca, you just want to learn about it, it's a great read for that as well. Links for those products in Amazon are in the description in Facebook and YouTube. You are more than welcome to click on those links and it'll take you to Amazon to order those. Pretty. Jadjet. I can tell you, Preeti, so I don't know. What I can do is I can do a reading that that will tell you what, if there's anything that you need to know about this relationship. Okay. And then, if that's something that comes up, then I'll be more than happy to say. But to sit here and speculate as to whether or not she loves you, or they love you, or whatever, I mean, I would be speculating. That's not really something that I believe that the cards can tell us. So if you're good with a reading that just ask what you need to know about the relationship, then I'll do that. Okay, Preeti. If you're wanting me to do the reading as I have suggested, I need to know. Okay, well, I guess they're not going to get the reading either. And Billy didn't come back on, so I said I'd wait 30 minutes, but y'all, that's 20 minutes is long enough. I guess we'll try it again tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll get several people in here to get a reading. So, anyways, have faith, stay strong, do what's best for humanity and your highest good. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus. You can catch me on Facebook at facebook.com/Guide of the Light. You can also find me on YouTube at Guide of the Light. I wished I had my own domain for that, but oh well. And if you would like to help us out, well, I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment. We do thank you for watching. Be on the lookout for the next live show. If you would like to help make the viewing and reading experience more enjoyable, you can support me by sending donations to paypal.me/Guide of the Light. Every dollar that I receive will be spent in making the show better, so every dollar counts. I thank you and send light and love your way. The cards used in the show are the Celtic Tarot by Christopher Hughes and the Celtic Dragon Tarot by DJ Conway. Your intuitive reader is Stíofán Séamus, and the producer is Stephen James. We do say thank you to the ones that have given, are going to give, and have nothing to give other than a review and a share. My heart and light goes out to each and every one of you. May the divine bless you all. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus.